WTMJ. Check in often so you don't miss a thing.
The Padres are on the bat in the second. Brad Hopp will lead things off. Ryan Ludwig next, and then Eric Patterson. Potawatomi Bingo Casino contestant tonight. Hayes Big 21 contest, Andy Lamping from East Troy. And Gallardo deals a strike, and it's 0-1, $5,000 if you win. That comes to you from Potawatomi Bingo Casino. And if a Firekeepers Club member wins, that adds another $5,000 in reward play. Get complete details and register at jsosports.com. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch to Brad Hopp. He checked, but it's a strike anyway. 1-2. Brewers split 2 in Los Angeles. Pitching featured in that series. 3-0 shutout last night for the Dodgers. And here comes Yo. And there goes Hopp. That one had a little giddy-up on it. 94 miles per hour with a fastball. Gallardo gets his second strikeout. And here is Ryan Ludwig. Padres left fielder. He throws left and bats right. And the windup, and this one is hit foul back in the right field seats. One strike to Ryan Ludwig. Now the windup. Here comes Yo, and a breaking ball is ripped past Betancourt into left center field. It'll be a base hit. Uni went down and tried to make a backhanded stab on that ball, but it got by him. It's a hit for Ludwig. And Eric Patterson, the center fielder, is coming up. Betancourt went down to grab that ball and put the glove down a little bit late. It was by him already. Looked like he had a chance, but it was hit hard by Ludwig. Giovanni stretching and delivers. A swing and a miss by Patterson. Nothing in one on him. Patterson batting 185. He has a pair of home runs and 7 runs batted in the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Gallardo had that one by him. 2 strikes and nothing. The stretch. Here it is. Inside, just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cardinals leading Houston. That game now in the 8th inning, Kent? Cardinals batting, playing at home. 5-1 St. Louis. And the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Gallardo has strikeout number 3. Cardinals leading. Berkman and Holiday have both left that game with injuries, and the Cardinals also placed Nick Punto on the 15-day disabled list with a right forearm injury. Berkman and Holiday. Gone. The pitch. It's high and outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. This is Kyle Phillips, the catcher. And the pitch. Too low. Ball 2. Two balls and no strikes. And the pitch. That is a strike, knee-high, right on the outside corner. The Yankees' Alex Rodriguez having hip problems. Hit a couple of home runs yesterday. They're not overly concerned yet. Strike two, right back to the same spot. But he will be examined. Just to make sure. Rodriguez in a long slump. Hit those 2 home runs. Hitting 171 in that span, covering 21 games before the 2 home runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Gallardo backs off. Yankees manager Joe Girardi said Rodriguez has no pain. Just want to check him out. Make sure. And the pitch. Little low, and he's taking him full. How about the Red Sox? Daisuke Matsusaka out for about a month or more. Sprained ulnar collateral ligament. Strained flexor. Red Sox, of course, and Matsusaka hoping to avoid surgery. 3-2, lined one hop, and almost hitting the runner. That was Ryan Ludwig, had to hit the deck. That line drive was hit right at him, and he had to hit the deck, and Ricky gobbled it up, made the throw to retire Phillips, but Ryan Ludwig, that ball right over his, if he doesn't get down, he's drilled. But he's limping around out behind second. Looks like he's going to be able to stay in the game. We'll find out momentarily. 2 complete. Nothing.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
The third is on, and Ryan Ludwig looks like he's all right. He's back out in left field. And if he's not, Corey will let you know. The third's on, so is he.
All right, Uke, thank you. And Giovanni leads off and takes high from Dustin Mosley. Ball 1, nothing here in the third. Gallardo for the year is 5 for 21 with a home run. And the 1-0 pitch is hit in the air, back is short. It'll be Bartlett, the shortstop, drifting out into shallow left, and he's got it. And Giovanni is out, number 1. Good to see our buddy Trevor Hoffman earlier tonight. Saw him inside the clubhouse, and he's going to stop by to chat with us around the 5th inning or so. Baseball's all-time saves leader, 601. And the best people I've been around. And Trevor will stop by for a chat again around the 5th inning or so. Now Ricky Weeks, he struck out back in the first, 3 for 8 on this road trip so far. And he takes a breaking ball low for ball 1. Now Kyle Kostecki from Holman is our contestant tonight in the Lincoln Contractor Supply and Fabco Rents 3-bagger in the third sweepstakes. First the 1-0 pitch, and that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Okay, Kyle, if a Brewers batter belts a triple in this half inning, you'll win $250 in flybucks courtesy of Frontier Airlines. 2 balls, no strikes, nothing in the third. And the pitch line to center and caught by the second baseman Gonzalez. Gliding to his right, Gonzalez leaping and catching. Where's the glove in his left hand? He brought that left arm over his body, reaching up, and made a nice catch to rob Ricky of a base hit. 2 down. Base is empty for Corey Hart. Nice play by Gonzalez. And the pitch is in for a strike. Not sure how much more playing time Gonzalez is going to get, as tomorrow the Padres are expected to have Orlando Hudson back, currently on the DL. The 0-1 is hit in the air to shallow right, charging into Norfia. And the right fielder makes a leaping grab to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, go the Crew in the third after 2.5 in San Diego. It remains Brewers nothing, Padres nothing.
Wisconsin's Morning News.
Here are 2 words you haven't.
620 WTMJ.
Corey, Bob, and Ken back at Petco Park. Bottom of inning number 3. Brewers nothing, Padres nothing. It's Gonzalez, Mosley, and DeNorfia to bat. Batters 8, 9, and 1. And the pitch to Gonzalez, slap foul to right, slicing out of play. And it's 0-1. Now, speaking of the injuries, and the Padres a bit banged up. Their starting catcher, Nick Hundley's on the DL. Now, Giovanni's 0-1 pitch, a fastball missing outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned Orlando Hudson will likely be back tomorrow. The kick and the 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball past a diving fielder down the right field line. And this will be a leadoff single for Gonzalez as the Padres have their second base runner and their second hit here tonight. 0-0, and now the pitcher Mosley is up, and he will likely lay down a bunt here, getting instruction from Glenn Hoffman, Trevor's older brother, longtime Padres third base coach. Also, the Padres without both Cameron Maben and Will Venable tonight. Neither player, though, is officially on the DL. But Maben, who can flat out fly, is bothered by a little tendonitis in his right knee. Venable has a sore hand. Mosley shows bunt. The pitch, he lays it down back to the mound. It will get the job done. Giovanni will play Mosley, and fielder covering for the out. The sacrifice, it goes 1-3 down to second. Gonzalez, so 1 away. Padres have a man at second, and back to the top in Chris DeNorfia. DeNorfia retired back in the first, and a fine play by both Betancourt and fielder. Unieski going to his right, deep in the hole, made a backhand pick. And a long throw that was dug out by fielder to retire the Padres right fielder. Now Gallardo from the stretch. Gonzalez leads off second, and the pitch, swing and a miss, really fooling him there. Took something off. It was a breaking ball at 83 miles per hour, 0-1. DeNorfia, like so many of these Padre batters, having a big month of May. And the 0-1 pitch, there's a fastball, strike 2 call. Let's go back to the recent 8-game Padres road trip. The Brewers, Rockies, and Diamondbacks, whom the Padres faced on this last 8-game journey. During that stretch, DeNorfia hitting over 380. Giovanni off the first base side of the rubber. Gonzalez leads off second. 1 out. The 0-2 pitch is tapped foul. No, that's a fair ball in front of the line, and Lucroy makes a nice play to throw out DeNorfia for out number 2. That ball just fair inside the first base line, maybe 15, possibly 20 feet down the line. And DeNorfia, who has good speed. Lucroy, though, quickly got to it, made an accurate throw for the out. So 2 down to third goes Gonzalez. And now the batter, Jason Bartlett. Our Tampa Bay Rays shortstop. He was an all-star back in 09 with the Rays. Hit .320 that year. Bartlett, right-handed batter, and the pitch is a strike. Took something off, 0-1. Boy, Bartlett had a nice series last week when the Padres were at Miller Park. Brewers took 2 of 3, but Bartlett in that 3-game series had 8 hits and 4 RBIs. Now the 0-1 pitch at Shack. Ball pops away from Lucroy, but not far enough for Gonzalez to try. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez, a leadoff single, took second on the sacrifice by Mosley. He's now at third. And 2 down, and the 1-1 pitch is down low. 2 balls and a strike. Bartlett flied to right back in the first inning. 0-0. Third inning. First of 2 against the Padres. And a 2-1 pitch. High, ball 3. After the series concludes tomorrow, the Brewers will not see San Diego anymore throughout the rest of the regular season. That's it. Just 5 games in all this year played between these two teams. Careful here. 3 balls and a strike. Runner at third, 2 down. And a pitch. He walked him. Giovanni missed high. First walk issued by Gallardo. And now Chase Headley will bat. The Padres' number 3 hitter. And the San Diego third baseman. Headley struck out his first time. He's a switch hitter. Has 1 home run of the year, and that came while batting from the left side, which he is right now against Giovanni. Now the pitch. Fastball strike at the letters 0-1. That was 94 on the Roadrunner broadband radar gun. Gallardo just around, I'd say 45, maybe 46 pitches in tonight. Gonzalez at third, Bartlett at first, and the 0-1 swing and a miss, blew it right by him. 0-2. Now Headley steps out of the batter's box. Will take the barrel to his cleats, get some dirt off. And now steps back in. But first Lucroy steps out, sending signs to his defense in front of the plate. And now the second-year Brewers catcher squats back behind the plate as Headley steps in. At the corners, 2 down, 0-0. We're in the third. 0-2 the count on Headley. Giovanni ready. And the pitch, a check, and he took it high for ball 1. Really howling in San Diego earlier today. It was gusting to around 30 miles per hour, if not more. But the wind has died down a little bit here for the time being. 2 on, 2 out. Now Giovanni steps off, and Lucroy will run through the signs one more time. Lights are on here at Petco Park. And the 1-2 pitch outside. Tried the corner and missed. 2-2. Came back with that 4-seam fastball at 95, but missed. No score. Bottom of the third. Gonzalez at third. Bartlett at first. And a 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. That one did not miss by much. Very close pitch, maybe just off the outside corner, but a tough pitch to take for Headley. And the payoff pitch, a roller foul, got his foot. That front right foot took the brunt of that swing. And everybody resets. It'll be traveling time, and it was for Bartlett at first base. Now Headley's back in. He's okay. And Gallardo now exactly at 50 pitches. Trying to end the Padres' third right here. 2 on, 2 down. And the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Not messing around at all. Just froze him with a fastball at 94. And the Padres do not score in the third despite a hit, a walk. They leave 2. To the fourth we go in San Diego. It remains Brewers 0, Padres 0.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Well, a bit later on tonight, we'll take a look at our U.S. Cellular Text the Booth, Text of the Ball Game. We always enjoy reading a few of those around the 7th inning or so. Please begin your text by spelling out Brew, B-R-E-W, and then send it to us at 31046. Again, that number, 31046. And you'll have a chance to win tickets to an upcoming ball game at Miller Park simply by just texting us. Visit JSOSports.com for official rules and more details. Normal text rates do apply. Well, the Padres made some noise back in the third but did not score. It remains 0-0 here in the fourth, and the big boys coming up, Braun, Fielder, and McGee. Second time through against Dustin Mosley, a right-hander. And the pitch, Braun skies one to right, shallow near the line. Over is DeNorfia in foul territory, and he has no play. As that ball landed over the railing, DeNorfia went into the Brewers bullpen, and the bullpens here, folks, they're a lot like what you would see at Wrigley Field. Both bullpens are exposed. They're not behind any fences, any outfield walls. They're definitely in play and clearly visible. The Brewers bullpen is located in foul territory down the right field line. Padres across the way and left, and that's exactly where DeNorfia went to try to catch that fly, but Braun poked it about one row back. Line to short, and Bartlett knocks it down, recovers. The throw to first is late. That'll be an infield single for Ryan Braun. Hit a line drive rocket. Did they give that an error? Wow. That's going to be an error? No way. That's a line drive on a short hop. Plenty of topspin, and Bartlett was able to knock it down. I have a feeling that will be changed. That is a poor call right there. That should be a base hit, but for the time being, that's ruled an error. So Braun is on, nobody out, 0-0, and now Fielder. Prince was hit by a pitch right behind his front right knee back in the first inning. A slight delay as Brad Hopp, Padres first baseman, needed a new glove. All right, so Hopp back at first, Braun the runner. Nobody out, 0-0, and here's Fielder. Prince 2 for 7 so far on this road trip. Came in batting .280 with 9 homers and 32 RBIs. Braun has a good lead, now going, and the pitch is down low for ball one. When you're not scoring a lot of runs on the road, oftentimes you need to be aggressive. And that's something that Ron Renicky, home or away, has preached from day one. A throw over, and Braun dives back in. Got that right hand back on the bag before Hopp applied the tag. Yeah, but you have to create your offense a little bit when you're not getting that consistent, 4 or 5 run output. And that seems to be the way it's going right now for the Crew away from home. The home numbers are fine. Another throw, close play, and Braun just got back in there. Yeah, the Brewers have the best home batting average in the National League. It's well over 300. But it's nearly 100 points lower on the road. I think when this trip began, the Brewers were like around 308 at home and 218 on the road, team average. Braun leads, and the 1-0 pitch is ball 2 down low. So 2 balls and no strikes. Braun at first, nobody out in the fourth, 0-0. Braun, for the time being, reaching on E6. Mosley, 41 pitches in. He's given up 4 homers this year. Braun runs, the throw down to second is not in time. It was a strike called to Fielder. Braun had a great jump. A stolen base for Braun. That'll be his 9th. He has not been caught yet this year. And again, a strike called to Fielder, so a 2-1 count, but Braun now in scoring position with nobody out. Mosley from the stretch. The sign. Instead, he'll kind of stare back. Braun at second. No throw made. For a left-handed batter at this ballpark, it's somewhat inviting right down the right field line. 322 to the corner and right. Throw to second, and Braun is back in. The ball pops away into center, and Braun will take third on a throwing error by the pitcher Mosley. It was a low throw. The shortstop Bartlett creeping behind Braun. I don't think Braun was really ever that far away from second. There are some times you'll see that play when... Oh, they're going to charge another error to Bartlett? So another error, and that one's on Bartlett, his second of the inning. And the pitch fielder bouncing ball right side. Coming home is Braun. The throw to the plate will be in time. Braun is out. On a ground ball to second, Gonzalez made the pick. He came home right away. And Braun thrown out, made the first out at home. Fielder safe from the fielder's choice. Still scoreless. One away. And here's McGee. Gonzalez was playing back. And Braun was coming home right away. The throw to the plate. And Braun was called out. Now McGee. He takes a fastball strike. So 2 errors and a stolen base put Braun at third. But he's out number 1. The 0-1 to McGee is down low. Casey bounced out his first time. He's 1 for 10 on this road trip. Mosley ready. The kick and the 1-1 pitch. McGee swings and bangs one foul off the backstop. A ball and 2 strikes. We'll send you a station break here in a second. Mark Kotze due up next. Hop is holding fielder on. Gonzalez shading McGee up the middle. And the 1-2 pitch is popped foul back behind the plate, and no chance for Phillips as that ball drops about 15 rows back. Let's step out now. 10 seconds for ID on the Brewers Radio Network.
This is your news, weather, and traffic station, and the home of the Packers, Brewers, Badgers, and Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
McGee came in batting just shy of 270. Fielder at first, 1 out. As Mosley throws over, fielder steps back in safely. Padres have committed 2 errors in this inning. They now have 35 for the year. Third most errors committed in the National League. And the 1-2 pitch, a dribbler up along third. That stays fair. Mosley bobbles. That's going to be a fair ball, and McGee is safe. And we'll see how they score that one. That'll be an infield single for McGee. A little dribbler up along the third base line. Mosley, the pitcher, got to it quickly. Tried to pick it up with his right hand, but he bobbled. And McGee is safe with the infield single. So fielder down to second. 2 on, 1 out, no score in the fourth. And here's Kotze. Mark played here in San Diego for a couple of years with the Padres. That was before this ballpark was built. This facility opened up in 2004. Now the pitch, and Kotze is behind a strike. Mark has a home here in the San Diego area. This is where he spends his time with his family in the winter. He really enjoyed playing for the Padres at Qualcomm Stadium. He waits, and the 0-1 pitch. Line to left, towards the line. That's a fair ball. Rounding third, heading home is Fielder. He will score as Kotze delivers here in the fourth inning. And the Brewers take a 1-0 lead on Kotze's 6th RBI of the year. Just reaching out and poking one down the line in left, fair by a couple of feet. Fielder is in. McGee had to hold at second. That pitch was on the outer half, and Kotze stayed right with it and lined it fair down the left field line. Brewers 1, Padres nothing. Still 2 on, only 1 out. And here's Betancourt. Unieski bounced out to the pitcher his first time. And the pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Phillips, ball 1. Kotze's had some really good at-bats and some solid-looking swings. I would say specifically over the last 2, maybe 3 weeks, just not many hits to show. Case in point last night. The line drive hard, and the 1-0 pitch is skied to right. This will be playable, drifting back to Norfia. And he will make the catch. McGee will tag and take third as the throw is cut off by Gonzalez. So Betancourt flies to right. McGee down to third, holding at first Kotze. So now a pass ball or a wild pitch could possibly lead to another run. And Jonathan Lucroy is due up, with the Brewers leading 1-0. Yeah, but Kotze last night came on in a pinch hit spot and lined one sharply to left center. Then Tony Gwynn came in, made a running basket catch to rob Kotze of a base hit. That's just the way it's been going for Mark. But an RBI hit here in the fourth inning. He is the runner at first. McGee at third, 2 down for Lucroy, who bounced out to Headley his first time. Brewers 1, San Diego nothing here in the fourth inning. Righty on righty, Mosley to Lucroy. And the pitch, fastball, is a strike. Now letter high, 0-1. Lucroy right now riding an 8-game hitting streak. He's averaged an impressive .326. At the corners, 2 down in the fourth. And now the 0-1 pitch is swinging a dribbler right side of the mound. Mosley will glove, lob to first, and the inning is over. But the Brewers get on the board. They get a run. It's an unearned run on a couple of hits, 2 errors, and 2 left on base. After 3.5 in San Diego, our new score, Brewers 1, Padres nothing. And the Milwaukee Brewers are asking that you recycle at Miller Park. Look for waste management recycling containers inside and outside the ballpark. Think green, think waste management. Brewers 1, Padres nothing here in the fourth as Brad Hopp leads off and swings and misses 0-1. And a 92-mile-per-hour Giovanni Gallardo fastball. Brewers getting an unearned run earlier in this fourth inning. And the 0-1 line to center. Kotze coming in. He'll dive. Can't get it. Able to knock it down. Hopp trying for 2. Nope, he'll hold with a single. Kotze came in. A belly flop diving attempt. That ball hit the grass before popping up and hitting Kotze's glove. So leadoff single for Brad Hopp. And the Padres have the leadoff man on for the second straight inning. Kotze's second start in center of the year. Carlos Gomez getting the night off. Now Ludwig, he pops foul out of play. Off to our right, 0-1. Hard to believe Ryan Ludwig's average at .219, but he had a good road trip. And 300 over the last 8 games alone. 3 homers, 11 RBIs. He's a good hitter. Open stance, right-handed batter. And the 0-1 pitch hit well to left and deep. Braun going back. Warning track near the wall. Looks up. That ball's gone. Right on cue, Ryan Ludwig. His 4th homer in his last 9 games. And with one swing, the Padres take a 2-1 lead here in the 4th. He got a fastball about belt high, clearing the 8-foot fence in left over the 357 sign. And the pitch, that one's hit well to center. Kotze racing back, still going on the track. Kotze makes the grab. Maybe 2 steps shy of the wall in deep left center. So the Padres with some good-looking cuts off Gallardo here in the 4th inning. A single, a homer. Now Patterson lines out to deep center. So 1 away, 2-1 San Diego, and the batter is Kyle Phillips. For Ludwig, his 8th home run, now 28 RBIs. There's just no way that guy was going to be, sitting in the low 200s for too long. Base is empty, 1 out. Here's Kyle Phillips, a catcher. And he takes outside ball 1. Giovanni looks in, the shot from Lucroy, and the 1-0 is high. 2 balls and no strikes. 7th home run given up by Gallardo. Ryan Ludwig. As the Padres on top by 1, long way to go. Just the 4th inning. Now the 2-0, and there's a strike to Phillips. Phillips had a good spring training with San Diego. In fact, he was asked at the end of spring training, do you want to go down and play at AAA and be kind of a utility guy? Now the 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. You'll catch every once in a while, play some first, but you won't be an everyday player. However, if you go to AA San Antonio, you can be the everyday catcher. And he took that offer. Instead of going to AAA, he began his year at AA San Antonio as the everyday catcher, and it's worked out well for him so far this year. All 3 down low to Phillips, so full up now. The Padres catcher, San Diego 2, Brewers 1 here in the 4th. Gonzalez on deck. Gallardo from the windup, and the 3-2 pitch poked foul, third base side, landing in the second deck off to our left. And we'll do it again. Bunch of finals in on our Bank Mutual scoreboard. How about the Pirates? They shut out the Reds in Cincinnati 5-0. The Pirates have played very well against the Reds this year. I'm going to look that up over the next couple innings or so. But they have a winning record against Cincinnati this year. The 3-2, he walked him. Ball 4 inside. So a 1-out walk, and Lucroy will jog on out to visit with Giovanni. Second walk issued by the Brewers right-hander. Now the batter is Alberto Gonzalez. Ludwig's home run traveled 373 feet. And looking at the replay, there's an old warehouse that the Padres have kind of fixed up. Some suites and some restaurants are housed inside that warehouse. Located down the left field line beyond the fence. And there's a strike, and that home run hit off the lower railing there. There's 3, floors of suites. And that warehouse down the left field line. That home run landed off the first level of the suites. The 0-1 took something off and missed inside. It was a curve at 80. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillips at first, 1 away, 2-1 San Diego here in the 4th. Game 3 of this 4-game West Coast road trip. Now the 1-1, a swing and a foul back. Bouncing off the screen, back behind the plate, a ball and 2 strikes. Phillies beat the Rockies 2-1. Cubs beat the Marlins 7-5 in Miami. Cardinals 5, Astros 1. Final from St. Louis. Cardinals took a 2-game series over the Cardinals the last couple days. The 1-2 swing and a foul at the plate. And a breaking ball. Gonzalez just getting a piece. And we'll do it again. In the American League, good story out of Chicago. Jake Peavy, a complete game as the White Sox beat the Indians 1-0. That was Peavy's second start since coming off the DL. I think he allowed only 3 hits in that one tonight. White Sox got a 1-0 win over the Indians. Again, the 1-2 pitch, bang foul to the seats off the right field side. Red Sox beat the Tigers 1-0 at Fenway Park. It was a nasty day in Boston. A lot of rain, cold, breezy. Game was delayed by rain a few times, but the Red Sox eventually prevailed 1-0. Again, the 1-2 pitch is ball 2 inside. Blown save for Mariano Rivera tonight in Baltimore. And they play on at Camden Yards. The Yankees-Orioles tied 1-1. That game is now in the 14th inning. Here it's 2-1 San Diego in the 4th. Runner at first, 1 out. And the 2-2 pitch at Scheck. And the ball pops away from Lucroy. The appeal made. And no swing, says Bill Welke, the first base umpire. So full up now, 3-2 to Gonzalez. Phillips a short lead at first with 1 out, not going, and the 3-2 pitch is looped foul out of play to the right. Lengthy battle here between Gallardo and Gonzalez as Giovanni is now at 71 pitches in just the 4th inning. A chilly night in Southern California. Runner goes, and the 3-2 is popped up, and this is playable right side of the infield. Fielder on the grass near the first base bag makes the squeeze for the second out of the inning. So Gonzalez is gone, and now the pitcher Mosley will bat. Lay down a sac bunt back in the 3rd. Hey, fans, do you have a favorite player that works hard and has an aggressive approach to playing the game? If so, cast your vote for the We Energy's High Energy Player of the Year by visiting Brewers.com/We Energies. Strike called to Mosley, 0-1. Two-1 San Diego. 4th inning, Phillips at first, and the 0-1 pitch slapped foul off the net behind the plate. 0-2. This is Mosley's first year of National League ball. All he knew previously outside of interleague play was time of the AL with the Angels and last year with the Yankees. 0-2 to Mosley, and the pitch, breaking ball, tapped foul back behind the plate. In fact, he never had an at-bat until this year. He was 3 for 12 without a home run or an RBI. Mosley's 6'4", 214 pounds. The 0-2 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 3, and the Padres' 4th is history. But San Diego takes the lead on a Ryan Ludwig 2-run homer. Trevor Hoffman coming in to visit with us in the 5th. To the 5th we go. Our new score, Padres 2, Brewers 1. Hey, fans, this reminder to never text while driving, especially in work zones. This reminder from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation and AAA Wisconsin. We have played 4 at Petco Park here in San Diego. This ballpark is located in the very trendy gas lamp district. Part of town to be in, but right now, Padres having more fun. They lead 2-1 after 4. The 5th is on and back to call the next 2 once again. Here's Bob.
All right, Corey, thank you. And it is going to be Giovanni Gallardo to lead things off against Dustin Mosley. Weeks to follow, and then Corey Hart. Padres lead 2-1 on the home run by Ryan Ludwig. Gallardo went out on a pop fly to short his first time up. Working from the windup, here comes Mosley, and that's a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1 on the Brewers right-hander. From the windup, here it is, and Giovanni bangs one foul up along third. 2 strikes and nothing on him. Gallardo, 22 at-bats on the season with 6 hits. He has a home run. New sign from Phillips, and here it is. Low and outside and picked up by Phillips. 1 ball and 2 strikes. From the windup, here he comes again. It's too low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mosley at 1-5 on the year. He has never faced the Brewers. He has pitched at Miller Park. And the pitch. Gallardo, a half swing strikeout. He's gone. In a game that was postponed by inclement weather in Cleveland. Remember that series, folks? I'm sure a lot of you were at those games. Played at Miller Park. Huge snow amounts in Cleveland. They didn't play there for a couple of weeks. And Mosley was a starter in one of those games at Miller Park. Now Ricky Weeks. And the pitch to him. Swinging a drive in the left center and deep. But it's going to be playable, and waiting and now catching is Eric Patterson. 2 up, 2 down, and Corey Hart is going to be the batter. That was the Indians against the Angels at Miller Park back in 07. Years ago, they would have played in Cleveland in the snow. Tougher players. They had like 4 feet of snow on the field. Corey Hart took it inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hart had an infield single his first time up. Sends a bullet to left field, a base hit. Sharp single for Corey, and here comes Ryan Braun, who has struck out and reached on an error. We were telling you a minute ago that all right, Ryan Braun in there, and now stepping out. Trevor Hoffman was going to stop in and visit with us, and he has been here and has finished his visit. He talked with Kent and then left. Here's the pitch, a running attempt, and a throw to second is in time. Nice throw by Kyle Phillips to cut down Corey Hart trying to steal. We'll get Kent on to explain what Trevor said before he left. We were hoping to have him on in person, but we'll be all right. Ken will be able to tell us part of what they talked about. Anyway, at the end of 4 1/2 from San Diego, it's 2-1 Padres. In the Padres half of inning number 5, the top of the order, Chris DeNorfia will lead things off against right-hander Giovanni Gallardo. Padres up 2-1. The opening pitch is swinging a foul back. Here comes Giovanni, and DeNorfia took one down low on a change. The pitch, swinging a fly ball to right, foul and out of play. And a strikeout for Gallardo. And with one down, here comes Jason Bartlett. Bunt attempt up along third. This is going to be a base hit if it stays fair. It does, and it is. Chase Headley with a bunt base hit. Here's the pitch with a runner going, a swing and a foul, and it's 0-2. 2-2 now on Brad Hopp. We're talking with Trevor Hoffman, baseball's all-time saves leader. Swinging a fly to center. This should do it in the Padres' 5th. Padres' 5th inning, they get nothing. And at the end of 5 complete, it's 2-1 San Diego.
64 calories, 2.4 grams carbs, less than 1 gram protein, and 0 grams fat.
Get breaking news as it happens on News Radio 620 WTMJ.
We are visiting with Trevor Hoffman in between innings. Strike on the outside corner on Braun. Ducked right. Here's the pitch to Ryan Braun. A swing and a bouncer, right side. And an easy play there for Gonzalez, and he throws him out. 1 up and 1 down here in the 6th. But every one of those guys who was in the bullpen says the same thing. Fielder swings and drives it to center and deep. Get up, and it is going to get off the wall out there. Fielder is going to have a standing double, and almost an outstanding grab by Eric Patterson. He made a lunging try for it, missed it, and Fielder winds up with a double. That's $50 for the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining. Here's Casey McGee. And he walks McGee 2 around now for Kotze. Over. 1 strike on Kotze. He had a base hit and knocked in a run back in the 4th. 1 out, 2 on, and the pitch. That's too low, and it's ball 1 and strike 1.
And I'm sure he's appreciative of all the efforts you guys made and thinking of his hometown.
3 balls and a strike. Here it is. Kotze to right and deep. Hey, way back. Get up, and it is going to be off the wall. In comes Fielder to third, and holding is McGee on a long double by Kotze. And I'll tell you what, as Corey and I talked prior to the game or in the opening inning tonight about how tough it is to hit balls out of this ballpark, that one goes out of any place in baseball other than here on this kind of a night. But Kotze hit it deep and he hit it far, and you were here for so long. And the guy we were talking about concerning the long balls and the lack of them here, Trevor, was Tony Gwynn. And they asked Tony Gwynn about hitting in this ballpark, and he said, well, if you make up your mind you're not going to be a home run hitter, and you hit line drives and you go the other way, which was easy for him to say that and to do it. But this is a great park to pitch in, isn't it?
It is. There's a lot of green out there they got to cover, but balls are going to stay inside the yard.
Mm-hmm.
That ball was covered pretty good by Kotz, and this time of night with the heavy air coming off of the water, it's not going to carry to certain parts, and that can get frustrating for hitters, and it's something that's been documented quite a bit out here with them. But and exactly what Tony was talking about, you gear your swing to put it into gaps and getting it through guys, and you run that way.
They're going to walk Yuniesky Betancourt intentionally to face Jonathan Lucroy, and the bases are going to be loaded. Long double by Kotze, and he picks up another RBI as Fielder scores. 2-2 game now in the 6th inning. There is ball 4 to Yuniesky Betancourt, and here's Jonathan Lucroy.
They're still showing Kotze on the monitor talking to himself.
How
did that not go out?
He hit that ball about as hard as he can hit it.
Yeah.
A couple balls been hit in this ballpark tonight. That here comes Bud Black, and we may see a pitching change here. Did he make the call yet? I think he did. Is he? Yep. He is. The U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen has been made. Ernesto Frieri is the new pitcher for San Diego. We're just talking. Here's the pitch to Lucroy. That one hit him. And the Brewers get one as Lucroy is hit by a pitch. And it's now 3-2 Milwaukee. Low and outside on Giovanni. And here it is. Ricky, a swing and a miss, and he struck him out to end the inning. But the Brewers get a pair. Trev, thanks for stopping in. 3-2 Brewers. And he got the corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the Padres left fielder. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Crew, 2 on 5 for San Diego. Ludwig a single and a 2-run home run. Here comes Yo, swinging a fly ball foul to right. Wondering what's going on in the area? Check out the latest news in entertainment, business, and sports each day in your Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel or at jsonline.com. New sign from Lucroy. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. It's low, and he walks the leadoff man. Padres with a tying run on. Here comes Eric Patterson with a strikeout and a fly to center. It's good to see Trevor Hoffman. He looks great. He'll enjoy his post-baseball life for sure. All right, Gallardo from the stretch. Here it is, showing bunt, and Patterson missed that for a strike. 0-1. Trevor Hoffman with 601 lifetime. 1 strike, runner on, nobody out. Here's the pitch by Giovanni. That one's off the outside corner, and it's even now. Mariano Rivera, I thought following Trevor Hoffman's retirement that Mariano Rivera would really, have a shot. But he's having problems lately. He's not what he was a couple of years ago, nor should he be. But Mariano Rivera's swing and a miss, and it's ball 1 and strike 2, getting a little long in the tooth. And he's got a shot for sure to catch Trevor and possibly go by him as Marco Estrada gets up in the Brewers bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He blew that fastball right by him. 93 from Giovanni on that one. Patterson is gone. Second time that he's struck out tonight. And here comes Kyle Phillips, who has bounced out and walked. What's the Rivera? Up around 570, something like that?
Yeah, right there, 572. Okay. 572. Okay. He had a blown save tonight.
Yep.
But, 572 for Rivera, and it's not easy. I mean, to be that consistent for that long of a period is not an easy thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And you know what I think the one difference is, Corey, between the two of them? They're both outstanding, of course. They're great. But the thing that made Trevor Hoffman so good was his changeup. And Rivera throws 1 pitch. That's a cutter. And he doesn't throw changeups. And he doesn't throw many breaking balls, if any, which is the big difference between the two. Here's the pitch. And as Hoffman moved towards the end of his career, 1 ball and no strikes now on Kyle Phillips. His changeup became a bigger part of his repertoire than ever before. He always had a good one. And earlier in his career threw the breaking ball, slider, and pretty good fastball. But the changeup was Trevor Hoffman's big pitch. Throw to first, and the runner is back. He had such a great delivery and such a great motion with his changeup. I mean, every pitch he threw looked fastball. And then when it left his hand, it was a change for the most part. And the other guy on the other side, he throws hard. not as hard as he used to, but it's just one pitch. But his control, his command is so great. Swinging a pop fly, twisting foul, and out of play behind the Brewers dugout. Mariano Rivera is one of the best ever, of course. But every time I watch that guy, and, I think of all the players that have hit against him throughout his Hall of Fame career, he throws one pitch. And when you sit downstairs in the clubhouse and you watch a game that the Yankees are playing with the guys sitting around, and especially when you're out here on the coast, you get the East Coast games probably finished before they ever get started out here. But when you watch players, and as they look at Mariano Rivera pitching in relief, they all say the same thing. He throws one pitch. That's in there on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. He doesn't make many mistakes with it.
He hits his spots. How many times have you seen a left-handed batter, and Rivera throws that cutter, and it just breaks the bat right off the hands?
Down and in or up and in. Yep, all the time, one after another. Left-handed hitter, once in a while, he'll try off the outside corner with that swinging a roller foul up along first with that cutter to try and hit the outside corner against the lefty. And the righties, he stays strictly away. Every once in a while, he comes inside on you, but for the most part, I got to say 90% of the time, he goes away on you, and he throws with velocity. So, it looks fastball coming at you when he lets it go, and it all of a sudden got that little break on it. Just enough to throw you off balance. The pitch. Too low, and a good save by Lucroy on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Phillips. But they're 2 different types of relievers. And even going back to, the guys that you were familiar with that pitched in the National League. Bruce Sutter, another guy. Bruce Sutter threw splitters, one after another. He didn't throw hard. Here's the pitch. Strike at the knees. Phillips is gone. Big one there for Giovanni. But Sutter threw that splitter one after another. And, he's in the Hall of Fame. There's another guy.
Two guys I saw as a kid that stick out, Dennis Eckersley and Lee Smith.
Sure. Lee Smith was frightening because he was so big. And the pitch. It is a strike on the outside corner. The thing that impressed me about those guys all the time, and the likes, Trevor and Mariano Rivera, Lee Smith, Sutter, any of them, you could call them every night. I mean, it wasn't what they did in the game, but when you consider all the pitches they threw in the bullpen to get ready, and they all have a different way to get ready. They don't all go out there and, start blowing the ball at 90 miles an hour before they come in from the bullpen. Swinging a bouncer right back to Gallardo, and the inning is over. They do things gradually, but when they get to the mound, when they come in to work the ninth, they're ready to rock and roll. John Axford is similar. Padres get a runner and leave him stranded. And at the end of 6 complete, it remains 3-2 Milwaukee. Baseball being brought to you in part by Usinger's Sausage. Summer's coming along eventually. Sizzling temperatures and brats on the grill. And remember to cook them slow, folks. Low heat and rotate. Broken casings mean you're losing a lot of flavor. And when you're cooking Usinger's, you don't want to miss one drop. Usinger's, the taste of summer. And by the Miller Lite aluminum pint, 4 more ounces of that great Pilsner taste. The 7th inning is on, and so is Corey.
Hugh, thanks. And the Padres make a pitching change. On to work is right-hander Luke Gregerson. He's a Midwestern kid from Park Ridge, Illinois. Gregerson on for the 22nd time. He is 1-1 ERA, 2.45. Ernesto Frieri came on to finish off the Brewers in the 6th. He went 2/3 of an inning. Struck out 2 batters, hit a batter. And that led to a run. Brewers 3, Padres 2. Corey Hart leads off. And the pitch hit well deep left center. Ludwig racing back in the gap, and that ball will bounce on the track and skip all the way to the wall. Hart around second. He's trying for 3. The relay throw is bobbled, and Hart has a sliding triple. Corey Hart sending one to left center in the gap, right up against the 401 side. There's a good start, a 3-bagger for Corey to begin the 7th. And the Brewers, leading by 1, have a chance to add on here. Great opportunity to tack on some insurance runs. And if they do, all insurance runs are sponsored by Badger Mutual Insurance. You can always count on your friends at Badger Mutual Insurance to make sure your auto, home, or business is properly protected. Here's Ryan Braun, infield about halfway. The kick and the pitch. Braun swings and misses, 0-1. Badger Mutual Insurance, protecting people's dreams since 1887. So on the very first pitch Corey saw from Gregerson, he tripled to the wall in left center. First 3-bagger of the year for Corey. He's at third, nobody out. Gregerson to Braun, and the pitch is poked foul to right, slicing out of play, and it's 0-1. And Corey Hart has a 3-hit game. The Brewers have 7 hits to the Padres 5, and lead by 1 here in the 7th. Braun 0 for 3 tonight. Reached on an error back in the 4th and also stole a base. Behind 0-2. And the pitch. Braun lines one to left towards the corner. Ludwig can't make the catch. That gets by, bouncing off the wall. Hart is in. Braun to second with a double, and the Brewers lead 4-2. A couple of extra base hits by the Brewers to begin the 7th. A triple from Hart. Braun doubles. And the Brewers now lead 4-2. Still nobody out here in the 7th inning. That was an 0-2 mistake by Gregerson. He left the fastball out over the plate, and Braun smoked it to left. Ludwig never left his feet, kind of lunging to his right, but the ball got by, and Braun has his 34th RBI. And now Fielder, and he takes outside for ball 1. So West Bend double for Ryan Braun, $50 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend. The silver lining. Now Prince steps out. He was hit by a pitch back in the 1st. Reaching a fielder's choice in the 4th, and doubled and scored back in the 2-run 6th. Nobody out. Brewers on top by 2 in the 7th. Braun at second. And now the 1-0 to Prince. Swing and a miss. Out in front. It was off speed there. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a breaking ball at 78 miles per hour. Casey McGee on deck. Padres do not overshift on Fielder. Gregerson holds the ball near his chest and delivers 1-1. A swing and a foul on the ground back behind the plate. San Diego still 2 infielders right, up second, 2 on the left. Chase Headley, though, is giving Fielder the third and left field line. The Padres' third baseman a good 20 feet wide of the chalk. So triple from Hart, a double from Braun. A run is in. Brewers by 2, trying to add on here. Fielder behind, a ball and 2 strikes. McGee on deck, nobody out. From the stretch, Gregerson delivers, and Fielder pulls one on the ground foul. First base side, and Garth Orridge will pick it up and underhand it back about 5 rows. That will likely be it for Giovanni Gallardo. His pitch count right around 114. This is his game to win. Marco Estrada was warming back during the Padres' sixth. But the pen is quiet, at least for now. Ludwig, Patterson, DeNorfia, deep left to right in the outfield. And the 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball up the middle and through. Base hit right center. Braun rounding third, heading home. He will score. It's an RBI single from Fielder, and it's 5-2 Crew. Well, this is what the Brewers were looking for, a big inning. On the road, it's been awfully tough to come by for the Brewers to put up a big tally away from Miller Park. And in this inning alone, 2 are in. Still nobody out, and the Brewers lead by 3. It's 5-2 for Casey McGee. So Fielder with the RBI, his 33rd. Braun at 34 now. And now McGee. Casey's been on twice, officially 1 for 2 of the walk. And the pitch from Gregerson down low, blocked by Phillips, ball 1. Now, the 5 runs the Brewers have scored the George Webb's Burger Run tonight. And that means you will get 6 burgers for $5 until midnight tomorrow at all George Webb restaurants. Kotze on deck. Fielder a short lead off the bag at first. And the 1-0 off speed is down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Now, Gregerson has been awfully tough this year. Mentioned his ERA under 3, but the Brewers are roughing him up tonight. He's faced 3 batters, 3 hits, couple runs in, nobody out. And now the 2-0 pitch. McGee launches to center. Patterson back. This is playable. Now drifting over to right center. And he's got it. Fielder is thinking too. He will hold now as the throw from Patterson cut off by Gonzalez. So McGee flies out to center, 1 down. Fielder remains at first. And now Kotze, who has crushed the ball 3 times tonight. Officially 2 for 3. He's also bounced to short, but he doubled off the wall in right. Any other park, it's a home run, but not here. He crushed one to right center, drove in a run. Also an RBI single back in the 4th. Trying to add on here. And the pitch, Kotze takes outside for a ball. Kotze's average now up to 263. Fielder about a 3-step lead off the bag at first. And the 1-0 pitch. Kotze got under it, and he popped it up. Back behind the plate. Who wants it? And it will not be caught. As a diving attempt from the pitcher, Gregerson, he could not come up with it. Mass confusion. You had 3 Padre defenders converging. You had the catcher Phillips. You had the first baseman Hop. You had the pitcher Gregerson right between home plate and the Padres on deck circle. And nobody called it. Nobody took charge. And finally Gregerson just went after it, trying to make a diving basket catch, and was unable to hang on. He made contact, but couldn't make the play. The pitcher is the last guy that should be in the mix there. Looking at the replay, Phillips, the catcher, that should be his play. But if he can't find it, then you hope that your first baseman can get down there, and Hop was there, but nobody took charge. Yeah, but the pitcher normally is the last one you want in there to make a play like that. So Kotze gets another chance. No error charged. Fielder at first. Now the 1-1 to Kotze, and that's high. 2 balls and a strike. Now Gregerson taking some extra time. Now right foot back on the rubber. Brewers trying to hang on and win for the 21st time this year. Lead by 3 in the 7th. And the 2-1, strike 2. And fastball to Kotze. at 88 miles per hour. Now Estrada is up and throwing the bullpen down the right field line. Betancourt on deck. 2 are in. Fielder at first, nobody out. Gregerson to Kotze, the 2-2 pitch. Line to center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Humpback single bouncing once to Patterson in center. So Kotze has a 3-hit game. Fielder down to second. Only 1 out. And here's Betancourt. I want to correct something I said earlier. I was talking about the bullpens here at Petco Park, and I mentioned that both bullpens are exposed. That's not accurate. The Brewers bullpen is exposed down the right field line, but the Padres bullpen is beyond the wall in left center. And there is action in the San Diego pen. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch to Betancourt. Here it comes. It's inside for ball 1. Can make out a right-hander throwing in the San Diego pen. Thought that Pat Neshek was up earlier, and that might be him again. Betancourt 0 for 2 was intentionally walked back in the 6th. Padres at double play depth on the infield. And the 1-0 pitch bounced foul off the third base dugout. Well, Neshek has sat down. Evan Scribner, a right-hander, is now up and throwing.
16901.
Attendance tonight just shy of 17,000, 16,901 here tonight. Brewers 5, Padres 2, 2 on, 1 out in the 7th. Gregerson, the kick and the 1-1 pitch. Betancourt popped it up. Shallow left. Ludwig racing in. Bartlett out. Ludwig the call and the catch. And Betancourt flies out softly to left for the second out of the inning. Now it's up to Lucroy. Lucroy, a hard-earned RBI back in the 6th. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. That scored Casey McGee. Lucroy bagging that 8th hole again tonight. He hit 7th last night, but he has thrived in this spot thus far this year. Gallardo's spot is on deck. Craig Counsell would bat next if Lucroy can get on. And the pitch poked foul on a play beyond the first base dugout. 0-1 the count to Lucroy. RBI double from Braun. RBI single from Fielder has led to 2 runs in this 7th inning. Still a few more guys out there. Fielder at second now. It's Kotze at first. The 2 away. Lucroy in open stance, right-handed batter. There's jersey number 20. Pumps that bat off his back right shoulder. Runners take their leads, and the 0-1 pitch, bang foul. Above the screen, back behind the plate, 0-2. Bank Mutual scoreboard, the Giants lead the Dodgers 4-2 in the 8th. Seattle on top of the Angels 3-0 in the 8th inning at Safeco Field. Twins, A's are tied 3-3 in the 10th. Yankees beat the Orioles in 15 innings, 14-1. Lucroy behind, 0-2. 2 on, 2 down in the 7th. Now the pitch outside. Ball 1, a slider, tailing away. Looking ahead to the San Diego 7th, the pitcher spot is due up first. And then DeNorfia and Bartlett. So 9, 1, and 2 due up for San Diego. Ball and 2 strikes on Lucroy. Now the pitch. Lucroy pops one foul. Right side. Souvenir. The lower seats off the right field line. Brewers have made solid contact off Gregerson here in the 7th inning tonight. He's the guy that Bud Black will normally give the ball to if the Padres lead after 6. Gregerson normally works the 7th. Mike Adams, a former Brewer, the 8th, and Heath Bell is the Padres closer. The 1-2, Lucroy strikes out swinging. A breaking ball ends the Brewers' 7th, but the crew tacks on a couple of Badger Mutual Insurance runs. 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 left. Time to stretch in San Diego. Our new score, Brewers 5, Padres 2.
Journeyman outfielder
WTMJ. Check in often so you don't miss a thing.
In the San Diego half of inning number 8, they will face another Brewers pitcher. This is right-hander LaTroy Hawkins. Brad Hopp, Ryan Ludwig, and Eric Patterson are the scheduled San Diego batters. The game, if the Brewers win, belongs to Giovanni Gallardo. Dustin Mosley would be the losing pitcher in this one. But it's the 8th inning. Padres get 2 more shots, and here is Brad Hopp standing in. Hawkins is ready to work. And from the stretch, he deals a swing and a bouncer to Ricky. He's got it, and the throw in time to retire Brad Hopp. 1 up and 1 down. Here comes Ludwig with a single, a 2-run home run, and a walk. He's been perfect tonight. 16,901. Look down here tonight. Welcoming the Padres back from their just concluded road trip. Hawkins last time out on Saturday against Pittsburgh. Swinging a liner to left. Braun's got plenty of room for this time. And that takes care of Ludwig. 2 are up, 2 are down, and Eric Patterson is coming up. Patterson tonight, 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to Sutter. Left-handed batter waits. Hawkins deals. It is in there on a good fastball from Hawk. Hawkins reinstated from the 15-day disabled list back on the 21st day of April. And here it is. It drops low on a bender, and it's even now at a ball and a strike. Petco Park, situated in downtown San Diego, just off the water, surrounded by office complexes and a lot of condominiums. Swinging a foul, not a play. I'll bet there's a lot of these condominiums, I know that for a fact, that are still, they were built along with the ballpark, and land was gobbled up down here by a lot of people. But with the economy the way it is, there's a lot of those condos that are still vacant. But a beautiful area of San Diego. Hawkins deals again. Swinging a slicing fly to left. Going to drop for a base hit. Patterson is on for the first time tonight. And with 2 down and 1 on, here comes Kyle Phillips, the Padres catcher. Yeah, the whole area along the waterfront is surrounded by nice-looking marinas with plenty of vessels. And, of course, the Navy and the Marine Corps are very prominent members of the San Diego community. Camp Pendleton, just down the road from San Diego. Navy base just across, swinging a looping fly, foul to the lower seats and left. The naval base just across the bay from the hotel. Grand Hyatt Manchester. The road home for the crew. All these huge ships that are anchored and docked here, carriers and destroyers. You name it, they got it here. And the pitch with the runner going, it's outside. The throw by Lucroy is going to be late. Patterson steals second. His fourth steal of the year. Lucroy didn't have much of a shot at him. Phillips, ball one, strike one on him. Patterson had a good jump against Hawkins. Now the right-hander leans in for a new side. From the stretch, he's not worried about Patterson. A token look at him and now backs off. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. He wants a new sign and gets it. Hawkins kicks and delivers, low and inside and backhanded by Luke. 2 balls out of strike. The weather around here this trip in for the crew not conducive to what folks normally look for here in San Diego and along the coastal area. It is cool, overcast, and rainy. 2 balls out of strike. And the pitch. Too low again. 3-1 now. Folks around here are used to temperatures that average temperature here about 71, 72 degrees. That's the average. Always pretty nice around here. 3 balls on a strike. One on for San Diego. 2 men are out. Brewers have a 3-run lead here. And Hawkins deals again. Swinging a foul out of play, and he's taken him full 3-2. Phillips tonight, a ground out, a walk, and a strikeout. Full count, 3-2, 2 outs. Brewers would love to open up tonight with a win here and have a chance to sweep and get out of here with a 3 out of 4 road trip, which is very much a test for the crew when they came to the West Coast, or each and every time they do come out here. Tough trip. Here's the pitch. He walked him, and that's going to bring the tying run to the plate. Rick Kranitz out for a quick trip to the mound to talk things over with Hawkins and Jonathan Lucroy. The batter for the Padres is going to be Jorge Cantu. Jorge Cantu is the hitter. 3 home runs on the year for him. He's batting .210. And John Axford is up in the Brewers bullpen here in the 8th inning. All right, LaTroy Hawkins trying to work out of it. He retired the first 2, Hawk and Ludwig, easily. Gave up the hit to Patterson. walked Phillips, and now Cantu. Too high, ball one. A ball and no strikes. Post-game show follows our broadcast tonight. And we are going to get a pinch runner now for Phillips. Rob Johnson is going to run for Phillips. All right, 1 ball to no strikes. Get a little anxious here. 2 on, tying run at the plate. Cantu waiting. Hawkins delivers, and that is in there, and it's even and a ball and a strike. Cantu's got power. Good thing about this ballpark, of course, is they're tough to hit them out. Although Ludwig got into one earlier tonight, a 2-run shot. Brewers have hit a couple of balls that normally would have been out of 99% of the parks, but not here. Swinging a foul, and that is 1-2 now on Cantu. You hit a ball off the fences or off the auxiliary board out there in right field, I guarantee you there are home runs anyplace else. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jorge Cantu. Hawkins, Clavani, new sign. Runners lane at first and second. Now the Hawk is ready. And here it is. Cantu, a bouncer to short. Betancourt has it, flips to Rickey, and the inning is over. Hawkins gets out of it with no further damage. Padres get nothing on a hit and leave 2 stranded. And at the end of 8 complete, to the 9th we move. It is 5-2 Brewers. The changes for the Padres as we start the Brewers 9th. Jorge Cantu stays in the game to play at second, and Rob Johnson, who was the pinch runner for Phillips, is now the catcher. And the Brewers will send Ryan Braun, who doubled in a run and scored back in that 2-run 7th. Braun in there for the 5th time tonight. 306. Brawny with 12 home runs, and the pitch to him is in there for a strike. Evan Scribner, 4th pitcher used by the Padres tonight. New sign from Rob Johnson. It's going to be Fielder to follow, and then McGee. And the pitch. Brawny is swinging a slicing foul. This one's going to reach the upper deck. 2 strikes and nothing on the Brewers left fielder. No activity in the Brewers bullpen. It looks like Hawkins is going to get out for the 9th. Axford was up and throwing, but swinging a bouncer hit towards short. And the play from Bartlett in time to retire Braun. 1 up and 1 down. Here comes Prince. And before he stands in, 10 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves one more time. This is the Brewers Radio Network.
This is your news, weather, and traffic station, and the home of the Packers, Brewers, Badgers, and Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Back with you once again from Petco Park. Bob Uecker along with Corey Provis and Kent Sommerfeld. And the pitch. Fielder is looking at a strike, and it's 0-1. French tonight has scored a run, knocked in a run. 2 out of 3 officially. Hit by a pitch his first time up. And the pitch. Swinging a roller, hit towards right, but cut off by Brad Hopp. And with Scribner covering, Fielder pounding all the way. They retire Prince. Fielder, a fielder's choice in the 4th and scored. He's actually scored twice tonight. Knocked in 1. 2 men are out, and Casey McGee is in there, and now Axford gets up again. It's his time. Brewers with a 3-run lead and a save in order for Axford. Here's the pitch to McGee, and it drops low and off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. Chris Narveson works tomorrow, his 9th start of the year. Picked up a win his last time out against the Pirates. Off the outside, he missed again. 2 balls and no strikes. We'll have it for you on the Brewers Radio Network, folks. Take us along with you wherever you go. The pitch. That's outside, 3-0. Love to have you on board. Post-game show follows our broadcast tonight. Corey will have all of the other scores. Everything is pretty much finished. Swinging a pop-up. On a 3-0 pitch, McGee pops it up, and Chase Headley makes the catch, and the inning is over. We have completed 8 1/2 now from San Diego, and it remains 5-2 Brewers.
Depend
in the Padres half of inning number 9. Will Venable is going to lead off for San Diego. Venable batting in the pitcher's spot. And John Axford is on to try and save this one. And here is his opening pitch. It is in there on a good fastball, and it's 0-1. 95 on the first offering to Venable. Now Axford deals again. Venable cut through a fastball. 0-2 on him. Venable batting .234, and now steps out on Axford. Denorfia due next, then Jason Bartlett. And Axford trying to face the minimum 3. Get her done and get out of here. Here's the pitch. Venable, a pop fly, foul and out of play. Still 0-2 on the pinch hitter, and a new piece of lumber for Venable on a busted bat. Nothing and 2. Venable back in there. He has yet to homer. Axford deals again, and he just missed the inside corner. Not by much. Ball 1 and strike 2. Venable without a home run. He's driven in 8. Left-handed batting outfielder. The target by Lucroy, and the next offering from Axford is in there on a dandy of a curveball. Wow. Venable never offered at that one. That one buckled him. A strikeout for Axford. And here is the leadoff man, Chris Denorfia. That was nasty. All right, Denorfia in there now. He is 1 for 4. He had a bunt base hit back in the 7th. Axford wheels, deals a swing and a smash down the right field line. It's going to be a base hit for Denarfia. I'll tell you what, Axford had that fastball by him, and he hit it late and hit it past Fielder, who was playing off the line at first. Denarfia has been hot, though. All right, Jason Bartlett now. 260 into tonight's game. Officially 1 for 3 with a walk. Flying to right, struck out. A single to right. And now in there against Axford. And the pitch to him is too low, and it's ball 1. Dodgers are still playing over in L.A. against the Giants. That one's tied at 5 in the 9th. The pitch. Swing and a smash. Base hit to left center. And the Padres have 2 on now with only 1 out. That is the second hit for Bartlett tonight. He's 2 out of 4, and here comes Chase Headley. The left-handed batters are coming up. Headley, then Hopp, and then Ryan Ludwig is scheduled. Hopefully Axford will be out of it by then. There's 1 out. He struck out Venable to lead things off. Headley tonight, 2 strikeouts, a base hit, and a ground out to Fielder. 1 for 4. Lucroy sets the sign. Now Axford. And here it is. It is too low, and it's ball 1. This. Axford trying to get out of it. And now backs off. I'm talking earlier about Trevor Hoffman. Had a visit with Trev tonight, and this is one of the guys, John Axford, that Trevor Hoffman was talking about talking to. And here's the pitch. Swinging a pop fly, foul and out of play. Talking to and preaching to during the games when they sat next to each other. And that time when Axford took over the number 1 spot from Trevor Hoffman as the Brewers closer. And if you would ask John Axford about Trevor Hoffman, you'll have nothing but praise and tell you how much he learned from Trevor. The way to go about business. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Struck him out swinging with a fastball. And there are 2 away. That one about letter high, and Headley couldn't catch up to it. Second strikeout for Axford. Now it's Brad Hopp, another left-handed batter. He got him on a 3-2 fastball. He threw 2 of them right by him. Lucroy out for a couple of words. Quick trip to the mound to talk things over with Axford. Brad Hopp is the Padres' final chance. Hopp tonight was aboard back in the 4th when Ludwig hit that 2-run home run. He has a single in 4 trips. And the runners lead from first and second. And the pitch. It is too low on a bender, and it's ball 1. The hits in this game are even at 10 apiece. Padres have committed a couple of errors. Both teams have left 9 stranded. And the Brewers lead by 3. Here's the pitch. It is in there, and it's 1-1. Hard throwing John Axford. He's topping out at 95 here tonight. And there might be a little extra if he needs it. Here it is, swing and a miss. And there it was at 97. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On each prior hitter, he's been at that 95, 94, and 95 mark. And now reach back for just a little bit extra. He had it by Brad Hoff. He's ready to work again. And the pitch. Hey, struck him out, and he strikes out the side. Wow, another one at 96 miles per hour. And John Axford strikes out Venable, Headley, and Hoff. Final score, Brewers 5, Padres 2. Back with the totals and summaries after this on the Brewers Radio Network. The line score tonight. The Brewers take game 1. What about it, Corey?
All right, you for the victorious Milwaukee Brewers, 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and 9 left on base. For San Diego tonight, 2 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, and they left 11 on base. The win to Giovanni Gallardo, he is now 5-2. The loss to Dustin Mosley, he drops to 1-6. And the save to John Axford, his 10th. This game was played in 3 hours and 13 minutes, witnessed by 16,901. Again, the final, Brewers 5, Padres 2.
And what about our local Chevy dealer star of the game, Corey?
Let's go with the center fielder tonight, Mark Kotze, who went 3 for 4, a couple RBIs. Mark Kotze is our Chevrolet star of the game.
Okay, if that's what you say. Brought to you by Chevrolet. They offer 9 models with an EPA estimated at 32 miles per gallon highway or better. Chevrolet is the official sponsor of the Milwaukee Brewers. Well, that's our game report for tonight, folks. We'll be back with you again tomorrow. Game 2 in the series. Our jockey pregame show gets underway at 8:30, and then Game 2 follows when Chris Narveson hooks up against Aaron Harang. Until then, this is Bob Uecker along with Corey Probus and Ken Sommerfeld, inviting you to stay tuned for Corey's postgame show. And until tomorrow evening, bidding you a very pleasant good evening and good morning from Petco Park here in San Diego. Once again, the final score tonight, Brewers 5, Padres 2. So long, everybody. You are listening to the Brewers Radio Network.